And bang! Greetings, Willfield number one fans and viewers. Scott Casey Gale here. And today I'm gonna give you my recap and review of the 2 hour series premiere of Justified City Prime Evil, season one, episode one, City Prime Evil, and episode two, the Oklahoma Wildman. Both episodes were directed by Michael Dinner, and I thought it was an absolutely excellent series premiere. This Justified was one of my favorite shows on the FX network, and I reviewed all the seasons on my old channel. And I'm looking forward to Justified City Prime Evil and the 6 episode stuff. Now, it's only going to be a limited series. Hopefully, they change their mind and Justified City Prime Evil gets renewed for a season 2. So far, I like the characters. I think Boyd Halbrook is doing a good job as Clement Manzo, and I think Ajanou Aldis is doing a good job as Manzo's lawyer, Caroline Wilder. I mean, Timothy Oliphant, and Ajanou Aldis, the characters Waylon Gibbons and Caroline Wilder. The chemistry between these two characters is absolutely amazing. And Clement Manzo is a really good psychopath on Justified City Primeval. Okay, let's begin with the recap, shall we? Here we go. City Prime Evil opens with Waylon and his 15-year-old daughter Willa, played by Timothy Oliphant's real-life daughter Vivian Oliphant, leaving Florida on a road trip to deliver the ladder camp after she busted a classmate's nose. When two thugs end Waylon and attempt a carjacking, Waylon grabs a shotgun from the trunk to put a quick end to the nonsense. Stopping at the camp along the way, Waylon, with Willa in tow, sets out to deliver the would-be carjackers to Detroit, where there is a warrant out for their arrest. Waylon thus gets called to testify at the hearing, where defense attorney Caroline Wilder, played by Ajanou Aldis. This brings the light to U.S. Marshal's not ideal treatment of his body. Any Florida-related charges to Churn get dropped. Though willing to get back out on the road, Waylon is asked to partner with the Detroit PD, namely Detective Robinson, played by Victor Williams, and Brill, played by Norbert Lowe Butts, and Downey, played by Miriam Iden, on a task force investigating a very recent attempt at the life of Judge Guy, who's played by Keith David, with whom he just locked horns with in court. Elsewhere, we meet Clement Manzo as he lifts a car to head back to Detroit, where he promptly reconnects with girlfriend Sandy, a casino waitress, and Sweetie, a former session musician who runs a bar and is freshly indebted to Caroline for representing Tyrone in court that day. Following a lead on the bombing of the judge's car, Waylon and the PD breach a remote house and find lots of paraphernalia and a tunnel in which two people who had been there just fled. A chase ensues until the PD's canine chases one POI up in a tree. Said suspect maintains that their only target was the judge, and it's personal because Guy banged his cohorts Barry's mom. When the LEOs later update, Judge Guy, he 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 brandishes a diary that clearly contains all kind of local secrets. For 20 years, I've seen some things your bosses won't want coming to light. He knows the boats. Over at Sweetie's, Mantle shows up, much to the bar owner's surprise, and sneaks off to the bathroom to fetch a gun he had stashed above a ceiling tile. Meanwhile, Wayden and company surround Bomber Barry's home as he visits with his mom and talks of how Guy dishonored our family. When the cops come in, Barry whisks his own mom to the cellar. Waylon tries to talk the guy down and is having some success until an impatient Will kicks the door in and cracks the guy's nose. With this unexpected case seemingly solved, Willa nudges her dad to take them to Harlan County, which she has always wanted to see. Meanwhile, Sandy picks up a mark of the casino and heads home with him, and Manzo follows. But along the way, and entirely coincidentally, Judge Guy engages in some road rage with Manzo to a degree that the latter bails on Sandy and gives chase. After killing his female associate girlfriend to dial 911, Guy ends up getting T-bombed in an intersection. Manzo then marches up to the car and shoots the driver in cold blood, then pinches his notebook just because Manzo asked the woman to lead him to the other driver's house. But first chance she gets, she tries to flee out of the passenger side and bolt across the park. Manzo easily catches up to her, shooting her dead in the back. Waylon and the PD get called to the scene of the crash, and a clock that the judge's notebook is missing. Then get the word that his girlfriend, who was working a CA against the judge, is also dead. Assuming the brutal double homicide is related to the presumably solved car bombing, they puzzle out loud, what do we miss? And I would give the series premiere of Justified City Primeval 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, a solid 10 out of 10, and an A++. Even though that it's darker than the original Justified, it's still a great show because Justified City Primeval stays true to the original show, and it stays true to the novel with great actors and great writing. This is what the final season of Mayans MC should have been. Anyway, great acting, very interesting characters, and very likable characters on the show. Like I said, I am loving the new characters. I mean, Willa Whalen's daughter, she's doing decent, but I think she's gonna end up improving in the end. Yeah, so yeah, comment down below in the comment section and tell me what you think of the series premiere of Justified City Primeval. Now I'm gonna give you my recap and reveal of Justified City Primeval episode 2, entitled The Oklahoma Wildman, which I thought was a great second episode. Here we go. Oklahoma Wildman opens with a flashback to 2017. Sweetie, who's played by Vondi Curtis Howell, hangs with a crew of drug dealers when Manso bursts in to rob them. The dealers offer him some pot and a small amount of the cash. But Manzo knows there's more. He ends up shooting the dealers. He leaves Sweetie untouched. After Sweetie and Manzo get away with a huge bag of cash and drugs. We realize they've been partners in crime for a while. 3 days after the killings, Sweetie gets a call from Manzo. There are cops gathering outside the hotel where he and Sandy are staying. Sweetie tells Manzo he's had no contact with the police. The police swarm Manzo's room and arrest him. One of the dealers survived the shooting and was able to name Manzo as the killer. Manzo demands Sweetie get him a lawyer, and which ends up being Killer and Wilder. No, teenagers. Wayland is getting ready to go to his office. He tells Willa she is to stay on hotel grounds. Willa, of course, doesn't stay at the hotel. She goes off on her own for a walking tour of the sketchiest places she can find around Detroit. When she calls Wayden in the afternoon, he knows she didn't stay at the hotel, so he tells her to get back to the room. She returns to the hotel and plugs in her nearly dead phone as it's charged. She gets a call on the hotel room phone. A man says he works with her father. He tells her to come downstairs. The caller isn't a cop, though it's Clement Manzo. Robinson remembers Sandy. Sandy finds Marshall at the condo watching a news story about Judge Guy's murder. Manzo then talks about the murder, but doesn't mention he did it. That still, Sandy immediately suspects he was involved. Wayden and Robinson arrive at the condo looking for Mr. Weems, the man who actually owns the condo. He also owns the Range Rover Marshall was doing when he killed Judge Guy. The Range Rover is what brought Wayland and Robinson to the condo. They ask Sandy a lot of questions about the car. Sandy answers the questions, but they know she's lying. However, they didn't know that Manzo is in the hidden bedroom listening. Robinson mentions to Wayden that Sandy's name seems familiar. And at the end of their questioning, he remembered why he knows it. Robinson was one of the officers that arrested Manzo. He remembers Sandy being there. He asks Sandy if she's heard from Marshall lately. She says no and rushes them. From Manzo lately. If she's heard from Manzo lately. She says no and rushes them out of the door. Wayden and Robinson check out the car in the parking garage, then wait to see if Sandy goes anywhere. Sandy gets in the damaged car and drives out. Wayden and Robinson follow her. Clement Manzo then sent her to get rid of the gun, so she goes to the river and is about to throw it in, but decides against it. She drives to Sweetie's and hides the gun in his bathroom from Wayden and Robinson see others. The Oklahoma Wildman and the U.S. Marshal. Robinson tells Wayden Manzo's history and pulls up his case files. Manzo has an extensive list of murders and the other crimes attached to them, but nothing ever stuck in court. Robinson tells Wayland that Wilder was able to get the case against Marshall kicked out a technicality, while Wayden and Robinson are watching Sandy. Wilder calls Wayden and tells her she needs him in her office. When Wayden shows up at Wilder's office, Manzo is there. He wanted to meet Wayden. The two have an intense verbal sparring match as they're sizing each other up. Wilder warns Wayland not to speak to Manzo without her present or without any evidence tying him to the guy's murder. Manzo leaves the office while Wayland is on a call with Willa. Wayland goes back into the office to ask Wilder if she's okay, suspecting she is not happy about having to represent Manzo. But Wilder isn't about to say something or do anything that could implicate Manzo in anything, even if she is afraid of him. I won't stop with Wilder. Robinson and Wayland shop at Sweetie's on the way. Robinson and Wilder stop at Sweetie's on the way to the hotel. They question him about Sandy and the gun. Sweetie calls Wilder, who represents him, as well as Manzo. Wilder comes to the bar to confront Robinson and Wayland. She tells them to get a search warrant if they want to search the bar for his gun. Lines are crossed. When Wayland gets to the hotel room, Wheeler isn't there. He finds her in the restaurant eating with Clement Manzo. Manzo makes some sexual innuendo about Wheeler and puts his arm around her. Wayland manages to keep his cool until he physically removes Manzo. Then his anger takes over. Wayland tells Manzo if he ever goes near Wheeler again, he'll kill him. And I would give episode 2 of Justified City Primeval 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, a solid 10 out of 10, and an A triple plus. Like I said, I think that Boyd Holbrook is doing a good job as Clement Manzo. I am liking the other new 3 characters. I'm really liking Robinson. I think he is a great boss for Waylon Gibbons. I'm really enjoying Sweetie. He's a great character, and I'm looking forward to seeing where they go for this character. And I think Sandy is an interesting character too. So yeah. The first 2 episodes in Justified City Primeval is off to an excellent start. And I'm looking forward to reviewing the 6 remaining episodes in the coming weeks and see where they go. Hopefully we get the surprise appearance from Wynn Duffy. Wynn Duffy was one of my favorite characters on the original Justified, and Jerry Burns played him up to perfection. I'd even love to see Walton Goggins reprise his role as Boyd Crowder. But anyway, as I said earlier, Justified City Primeval is only a limited series, but hopefully it ends up getting renewed for season 2, because I'd like to see Justified City Primeval continue instead of just being an 8-episode limited series. And Timothy Oliphant did say he would like to continue to do Justified City Primeval. So hopefully, if ratings are good, they change their mind and renewed for season 2. Anyway, comment down below in the comment section. Tell me what you thought of the 2-hour series premiere of Justified City Primeval. What do you like about the new characters? And what do you like about the first 2 episodes? I will be back here later today or sometime tomorrow to do my recap and review of the series finale of Mayans MC. And sometime tomorrow, I'll do my recap and review of Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 2, Episode 6. Thank you for watching. You stay classy, live long and prosper, and peace out.